Hello Slaters! Slaters, today I am going to ask you all something very important. Tell me Slaters, in the past several months you all have been receiving the interaction videos for your EVS lessons, isn't it? Now in those videos when teacher asked you questions, what did you all do? What did you all say? Did you all convey something to me right now too when I asked you this question? Yes, you all did. You gave me the answer of the question, isn't it? So when the teacher exchanges these interesting questions, ideas and information to all of you, and when you respond to the teacher in the same way, then what is happening in this process? Can you all tell me? Correct. We are communicating. Communication means an exchange or sharing of ideas, information, thoughts and messages. When we talk to each other, it becomes an example of communication. We generally do it in two ways. We either speak or write to one another. But Slaters, do you all know that sometimes we communicate even when we do not talk or write? Yes, Slaters, this is done by using our body. We use expressions and actions to communicate. Now, Slaters, all of us are fortunate enough that we can speak and communicate our ideas by talking to people. Some people are unable to speak or hear. But these people too communicate by using gestures and expressions. They usually lip read what you are saying and use sign language and facial expressions to communicate with people. Body language, hand gestures and facial expressions tell a lot about what a person is feeling or thinking about. Slaters, you all must have seen dancers who perform classical dances like Bharatnatyam and Kuchipudi also use several bhava or emotions and mudras or signs to narrate a story through dance. These dances also use facial expression to show what the characters of the story are feeling. Now, Slaters, in current times, we usually use very fast modes of communication, isn't it? Can you name some ways in which we communicate these days? Very good. Through emails, texts, phone messages, phone calls, and the most advanced one that I can think of is the video calling through which we communicate and also conduct our learning sessions. Isn't it, Slaters? But in olden times, before the invention of these technologies, people used different ways of communication. They used to send handwritten letters to everyone and used pigeons or horse riders to send the messages. Pigeon post was used in olden times for sending messages. Pigeons were easy to capture, breed and were docile animals, therefore were used for communication. These pigeons could find their way home and use visual cues and natural landmarks to develop a known path towards its home. Another way in which olden tribes communicated was through drum beats, flame torches and through smoke signals. In today's time, the way of communication has certainly changed as people have now learned languages which they can read and write. Written communication is the most common way of communication. We write letters, messages, texts, email, postcards and SMS or short message service these days. Writing postcards was the cheapest and effective way of communication. People in olden times used postcards and inland letters to communicate with their friends, families and other acquaintances. For communication to countries outside India, people used aerogram or airmail. Urgent communication, which required fast delivery of the message, was done by speed post or courier. Another interesting way of sending short and urgent messages was through telegrams. This method of communication was developed by Samuel Morse and other inventors. The telegraph used electrical signals and used Morse code, which assigned a set of dots and dashes to each letter of the English alphabets. Writing letters for communication was one of the most cherished and enjoyable activity of people in olden times. Letters were written on plain sheets of paper and inserted in a stamped envelope. The address of the person who is to receive the letter was written clearly on top of the envelope. The PIN code is an essential requirement while sending letters. PIN stands for Postal Index Number. Most of the regions in our countries have a specific postal index number. This helps in segregation and delivery of the post easily. The PIN number usually contains 6 digits. The envelope containing the letter was then dropped inside a red-colored letter box. The mailman or the postman used to collect the letters from the mailbox and used to take them for sorting based on the address of delivery. The letters were loaded in mail vans and were taken to railway stations or airports. These different means of transport help in carrying the mail to their city of destination. Here, they are collected in the main post office, stamped, and then sorted based on the different areas of the city. The letters then get delivered to the person by a postman or a postwoman. But Slaters, nowadays the process of communication has become much more simpler and easier, isn't it? Telephones and internet have revolutionized the way we communicate. In today's time, a single thought or idea can reach to millions of people with a click of a button. Telephones were earlier used for speaking with other people. We could call people anywhere in the world. We make calls to people within the city or country on STD or the subscriber trunk dialing. And for calling people who live outside the country, we use the ISD or the International Subscriber Dialing. These systems allowed people to dial calls without any assistance from the operators. But with continuous evolution in the field of communication, the evolution of telephones to smartphones has resulted in immense advancement in communication. With smartphones, it seems that the information of the entire world is in our hands and can be accessed easily by a tap of our fingers. Smartphones allow us to send and receive messages, photos, videos and audios. They use several apps or applications and internet for sending and receiving information. Internet is a vast network which connects computers all around the world. Through internet, people can share information easily and can communicate from anywhere. But Slaters, although these devices help us in communicating with everyone, it is important to use them responsibly. Excessive use or overuse of smartphones can lead to health issues like eye pain, sleep disorders, and addiction. Just like communicating with people one-to-one, there are other ways of communicating to many people around the world. A single idea can be shared with millions of people through mass communication. This includes television, radio, and newspapers. So slate us in the coming lessons. We will understand more about these topics as we read and go through our 7th lesson. I would like you all to read the lesson once. I will meet you soon. Till then, keep learning. Thank you.